Hello, and welcome to the 8th season of Weather Watch, Millersville University's exclusive weather news program. I'm your host, Korissa Lincoln. First, let's get you started by catching you up on the weather that made headlines this summer in this edition of Your Weather in 60 Seconds. Locust storms in Russia, the largest volcanic eruption in Mexico in decades, and hailstorms in Boston are all part of this edition of Your Weather in 60 Seconds. Beginning in southern Russia, large numbers of locusts plague the fields of this section of the country, leaving crops destroyed and farmers devastated. Nearly 30 years have passed since a plague of this magnitude has occurred in this area. The hot temperatures and large amounts of flooding that this region has experienced are said to be the largest contributor to the locust infestation. Traveling now to Mexico, the volcano Colima experienced one of its largest eruptions in early July. Following this large eruption, many smaller ones ensued. An eruption of this size has not occurred since 1935, and the activity of this volcano is starting to cease. Ending in Boston, a large supercell moved through the area on August 4th, blanketing the Boston area with golf ball-sized hailstones. Accompanying these large hailstones were wind gusts reaching up to 70 miles per hour. According to the National Weather Service, these 2-inch diameter hailstones were slated as the largest hailstones to ever fall in the Boston area. And that'll wrap up this edition of Your Weather in 60 Seconds. Speaking of this summer, a group of Millersville meteorology students embarked on a research project spanning the Midwest, studying different weather phenomena. Matt Green is standing by to fill you in on the details of the PECAN project.
This past summer, many Millersville meteorology students had the opportunity to experience the field of research. Plains Elevated Convection at Night, or PECAN, was a research project located in Kansas and studied nighttime thunderstorms and their ability to exist. Along with Millersville, many other colleges and organizations came together to research this phenomenon. Students that took part in this project shared their experiences. The headquarters for PECAN were located in Hays, Kansas, with the research region extending from Oklahoma to Nebraska. Along with fixed research sites located in Kansas, many other mobile research units traveled to the surrounding states to study these phenomena.
My most memorable experience were driving through 2 thunderstorms with the Center for Severe Weather Research and their mesonettes, and there was lightning dancing all over the place. I swear we were going to get hit at some point.
The night when I was working on a mobile mesonet with one of our meteorology colleagues, it was pitch black and we were on these backcountry roads. It was like uneven terrain and we're driving along and we're trying to like dodge trees, limbs from above, and we're collecting the mobile pods with all the data.
I started off doing daily summaries for FP3 site for Millersville, and then I jumped to the weather pack for a little bit, and then I worked with forecasters from the SPC.
My main focus on the project was working with our new and improved 10-meter flux tower. We collected data from 5 different instruments, so we had a lot of data to go through, and we're still working on going through all that now.
During the summer season in the Great Plains, thunderstorms formed during the night, delivering severe weather. These storms account for the majority of the rainfall and severe weather during the season. The research gathered from PECAN, after being analyzed, will help forecasters better predict these events in the future.
The things that got out most of this project was to be flexible and to take initiative. I wouldn't have been able to go to all these places with CSWR, with University of Wisconsin-Madison, working with the SPC. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't say, hey, what could I do?
Learning from all the error and like roadblocks we hit along the way, there were just certain periods where we didn't get data, and then there were errors in the program we found along the way, so learning from that and learning even now as we're trying to fix the data now, it's just getting me to really know the data.
Arriving in late May, the students from Millersville set up their equipment in Ellis, Kansas until the end of the project in mid-July. As the field portion of the research ends, the analytical part begins, revealing the mechanics for nighttime convection. From Weather Watch, I'm student meteorologist Matthew Green.
Thanks, Matt. That sounded like an awesome experience. As many of you may know, this year marked the 10-year anniversary of the devastation that Hurricane Katrina brought to the southern United States. Amber Liggett will take us back in time as we recap on this horrible tragedy.
On August 29, 2005, the most catastrophic U.S. hurricane since 1928 destroyed parts of the Gulf coastal region, primarily New Orleans, Louisiana. There were nearly 1,200 deaths, making Katrina the 3rd deadliest hurricane in U.S. history. According to FEMA, nearly 353,000 homes were destroyed between Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama.
1 decade later, despite the overwhelming help of over 1 million volunteers, an estimate of 81% of homes were rebuilt. After a prolonged recovery with assistance from government officials and other U.S. citizens, the labor force is steadily growing, though the unemployment rate in New Orleans region remains high. Even with more work to be done, the Crescent City has had a tremendous recovery track. Today in 2015, affiliates and researchers from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration have noted advances in research, yielding 40% more accuracy in forecasting confidence. Advancements include improved observations, modeling, and supercomputing to convey the strength of hurricane wind speeds and storm surge risk.
Although Katrina yielded tremendous destruction and many lives were lost, our country came together during a time of need. As we reflect upon the 10-year anniversary of this historic natural event, let us celebrate the rebuilding of New Orleans, meteorological advancements, and the positivity that came about from the unity of our great nation. Reporting for Weather Watch, this is student meteorologist Amber Liggett.
Thanks, Amber. Well, that concludes this episode of Weather Watch. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at the addresses shown below. You can also visit our website, www.muweatherwatch.com, to view all of our previous episodes. On behalf of the entire cast and crew, thanks for watching, and be sure to catch us next time.